It was extremely helpful when I came back to work after 12 weeks off, to have an employer that was accommodating with my breastfeeding desire. They supplied a clean room with a table and a private room where I could go, and it was very difficult trying to keep up with the amount of work that I had to do in a shorter amount of time because I was pumping 3 times a day to try to supply enough milk for my baby. And it was nice to have a designated place to go and not have to worry about trying to find when and where I was able to do it. My boss is very understanding and gave me the time to take off to do what I needed to do to supply the food that my baby needed. I think one of the benefits of employers doing this for their employees is loyalty. I feel more loyal to my employer because they support me and my personal choices, and it also gives me the ability to be the best worker that I can be while still providing for my family. So for the breastfeeding mothers at my company, we have a shared calendar that's only for the breastfeeding mothers who are using the room, and we use that calendar to set up our times, and it's flexible. We usually exchange phone numbers and email addresses so that if we have a meeting that comes up, we can move our time or adjust our time. And so that's extremely helpful to have that infrastructure in place so that we can make sure that we're all using the shared space efficiently and are able to do what we need to do. I think providing the room definitely encourages moms to try breastfeeding and try pumping. It gives you a space to do it, and I think there's a lot of fear and unknowns, especially for new moms, around breastfeeding and going back to work, especially. Leaving your baby at that young age, 11, 12 weeks for some of us, even sooner for most of us, is very scary. And so to have a designated space, I think it really does provide an area where you feel comfortable to at least try it and do it for as long as you can. It's very difficult to schedule the amount of work and balance the amount of work that you have to do with your pump schedule and making sure that you're doing enough to produce enough for your baby. But I think having the room there definitely encourages it and at least invites new moms and experienced moms to attempt to breastfeed while they're working. Coming back to work after my maternity leave and have a place that I can go and pump and be comfortable, and so it's definitely encouraging, and I am very appreciative to my employer for providing this space. Dinner in a bathroom, my baby shouldn't have to eat hers there, so I mean, I think that's the reality of it, is that I'm producing food to sustain the life of my child, and if you wouldn't want to have your meal prepared and eaten in a space, then breastfeeding mothers shouldn't have to prepare their meals for their children in those spaces either. And some of us are more experienced than others, and so it creates this community among the moms in the company that we can talk about issues that we're having, support each other, make recommendations for equipment, make recommendations just for babies. And so it's a nice support system that comes naturally with having this shared space, because we have to become friends to coordinate, our times. So I've made more friends in my office because of it, and I have kind of a support group at work that I can go to with questions about raising my children.